great interest to Minister Lavrov. So well explained. What I see today is the world is in a terrible state of flux. The countries around the world do not trust their governments in almost every case, and there are a lot of good reason for not trusting their governments. And last year, I had the opportunity in 2024 of traveling through the United States, and I can tell you that at that time, under the Biden administration, the country was in a state of, the people were in a state of shock, not knowing what lies ahead for them as this administration under this man, this, in my opinion, not a very good man, was doing to the country. And I have a lot of my family there, and they were asking, where are we going to go? We can't go anywhere else now. We came to America because this was going to be the place we could get away from all the terrible things that are happening around the world. And now it's coming to the United States. And by God's grace, in my opinion, Donald Trump was elected to be president at the end of last year with the help of my family. And everything changed. Everything changed. Everybody started smiling. I went to America, everybody was relieved. Everybody was breathing properly. I spent April this year in America. I like to tell people that, I like to think I should say to people that 80% of the population that I met from California to Texas last month in April was behind Trump, is behind Trump, 80%. That's not true. 100% behind Trump. 100% behind Trump. Trump talks about sovereignty for the United States. I believe you only come right when your country's sovereignty is established. I like the idea of multipolarity and all that sort of stuff, but first your own country, and then relations with each other. That works. Coming to Russia for the first time myself, I need to tell you, and I think many people here don't know this, but when you grow up in the West, you are taught from a very early age that Russia is a terrible place where you have to duck around dark shadows for fear of people killing you or stabbing you. You cannot live there under normal circumstances. You will be put in front of a firing squad if you do anything that they don't like. This is wrong. This is so wrong. I arrived here. I was going to come with my daughter, Alexandra. She's 32 years old now, and she's very close to me. But anyway, she was going to come on this trip. She joined me on a trip to India. And as we were about to leave, as it happened to Dubai for Moscow, she received instructions from my sons, do not go to Russia under any circumstances. And then I received messages from other people around Europe, do not go to Russia. Why? I said, why must I not go to Russia? What is it? What am I supposed to be frightened of? You know, and I won't say they couldn't tell me, they sort of intimated that my life is at risk if I come to Russia. And, well, you know, I arrived here, and the first thing I saw was perfect, total civilization in every direction. I see a city that easily rivals ancient Rome. And probably, I made the comment to somebody earlier, is by far, not by a little, but by far, the premier capital city in the world. I don't say that lightly. I mean, you know, I'm a critical person. Yeah, so I would like to say to Mr. Erol, I've always enjoyed watching him on the television. He always has something quite witty to say. And so I always enjoyed watching him on television. he always seems to come out the winner. And so what I'd like to sort of suggest to him is, how can we change the perception of the West about Russia? Because I think this is probably, if not the finest, one of the finest communities in the world, and I've seen it.